Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Pretty Poison, a South African simmer, and today I share with you a real quick one. It is another starter home. I recently shared a starter home that was base game and growing together pack, and now I'm just sharing another not a base game build but a starter home. It is not a limited pack build specifically, but it does have limited packs used in the build, so I mean that's a bonus. So with this build, I didn't really have any plans, I didn't really have much of an idea. I just went in and started placing stuff and resizing and just like figuring out what I want. And this is in the Agave Bode lot. I'm not sure how you pronounce that name, but that's the lot in Oasis Springs. I will also put the name in the description so you guys know. Because like when you place in a starter home, it is generally built on a specific lot that is obviously empty, and like each empty lot has a different value. So if you're looking specifically for the value of this house, I would say it's best to place it on the lot that it was built on to get or to like benefit the most out of it being so cheap. So this house is, I think it is 13k. I don't have the specific amount in front of me right now, but I'm sure I'll have it on screen in the description or like some way for you guys to see in the title maybe. So this is like probably one of the most cheapest house I've ever built. Now coming into this build, I did not plan to make a starter home. I only decided while I was building, I think like before I started placing the windows, then I decided like, hey, this is a small lot, it's gonna be a small house, let's make it a starter build. So yeah, and I don't have a sim in here with the starting funds to monitor my spending. So you know that icon, that little house icon in the top left corner? I had to go there every now and then just to track how much money I've spent, and to my surprise, like each time I check it out, I'm like, how is it so cheap? Like, how did I manage this? Because I'm terrible at making cheap homes. Like, all my builds are probably 100k and up, but given this is a small lot, so I must keep that in mind as well. But yeah, like, okay, let's say 50k for smaller lots. So I was really surprised with myself for building this house actually so cheap. And if your sim moves in here, your sim will have still quite a few k left to spend on whatever or like you can add stuff to the building for your sim's careers and whatnot. So yeah, I'm really happy with this house and how it came out. And also like for the style of the house and the shape and whatnot, again, I just did whatever. I did not plan anything. I don't even think you can call this a specific style build. It's just so totally random. But it's cheap and that's all that matters, I think. And it does have some bits of clutter here and there. You see there in the bathroom I put some clutter. So it is not like a trashy start home, I want to say. I mean, the basement treasure, what would you call that, a coffee table that I use for the TV, and the TV itself, and the bookshelf is from the basement treasures kit, which kind of is a bit like trashy furniture because it's like stained with coffee stains and stuff like that, but I think it still works. I mean, if you want it to look nicer, your sim, like I said, will have a couple of k left over from after buying the house, so they can always just buy nicer furniture if they want to replace that. So right now I'm just hanging up the curtains. I use these eco lifestyle curtains because again, they are the cheapest. Did they even cost? I don't know how much they cost, like, but they were the cheapest because they were first listed in under the curtain. So I was like, I'll slap that in there, it's fine. And then I needed to figure out what landscaping can I put in this gap to fill the gap, because I can't connect the platforms and the foundation. The game is very like finicky when it comes to foundations and platforms. So yeah, that's why there's that gap, and then under the stairs is also a gap because the stairs is now linking the foundation to the platform. That's the only way really that I could figure this out. I mean, there probably is other ways, but for the starter home, this is what I did. So I'm just placing like a bunch of debug plants. So that's another way to like make your house look pretty, like really pretty on the outside. And for free, like you don't have to spend your budget, is by using the debug plants, which is perfect. So I could put like a lot of landscaping and it almost didn't cost me a cent. I think the only landscaping that would have cost something is the like grass, square grass tiles I put down before I started putting all the bushes and stuff. That I think is not a debug like plant or anything, so that would have then cost the sim a bit. But again, it would be so little because it's like a cheap item and I don't use it excessively, I think. And anyways, the rest of the landscaping is for free, so I'm not going to complain about spending a few bucks on some grass. And then also some debug rocks. And then I wanted to put some pot plants, but I was like, bro, I'm not gonna pay for pot plants. So again, back to the debug menu, there is actually, I think, like 2 that I know of. These 2 base game debug pot plants, and then there is others also like in a garden bed or a pot or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I use that. I put some fencing just to make it look a bit nicer at the entrance. You don't want to fall off the back or something, not that Sims will. And I gave it a house number to make it look more homey and a doormat. And then I put an easel there because I thought when I'm doing something where I'm not using money cheats or anything like that, the best way that I make money with my Sims and the quickest is by painting. Like I always use that to make money in Sims, so that's why I put the easel there. And then these are just the screenshots, real quick one. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next build. Leave your suggestions in the comments. Have an awesome day. Poison out.